a savings account with a minimum balance.
Gambler's bonus hits again. On January 23rd, Kathy hit 4 kings, clearing her Gambler's bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $7,000. Kathy hit big, and so can you with Gambler's bonus. It's why you play the game.
An accident isn't just an accident. It's lost time, lost wages, and a fight you didn't choose. That's where we come in. At DeCastro Verde Law, we deliver serious firepower for serious injuries. We fight to make things right. When you're injured, the choice is clear. We're the DeCastro Verde Brothers, and we have your back.
Together, we win. BrothersWin.com.
At DeCastro Verde Law, the brothers have your back. BrothersWin.com.
William Hill Sportsbook is your home court advantage for every upset, every minute. With William Hill mobile app, build your starting lineup with the same parlay at a big payout. Or beat the features 24/7. For more information and to find your nearest location, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-700.
Drive home with Cofield and Company. Weekday afternoons at 3 on ESPN Las Vegas. 1100 AM and 100.9 FM. KWWN Las Vegas. Live Finley Toyota. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, here we go on this Wednesday afternoon. Cofield and Company. Jeff Parles is the company today as we are on location. One of my favorite joints, just on the west side. Arizona Charlie's on Decatur. William Hill Sportsbook, William Hill Sportsbooks have us out here at Arizona Charlie's. Like I said, I love this place. Relatively close to where I live. Jeff Parles made the journey over here. We got a lot to talk about with the book and what's going on in terms of specials and great cheap eats and drinks. And they've got entertainment going on here. Certainly on the weekends, it's Arizona Charlie's and William Hill Sportsbooks. Jeff, what's going on, buddy?
It's a fun week, right, Cofield?
Oh, yeah.
Fun week, fun place. I've never actually been up here before. I've never been here. And I will tell you, it is quite the gambling hall.
Vegas is kind of unique in that we're still relatively small in terms of the footprint of the city, but because everything is so convenient in every little pocket that you really don't have to go out of your neighborhood. So there are still parts of Vegas, and I've been here almost 30 years, that I haven't been to. I've been to most. And then, of course, there's newer spots that have been built out. This is an older area of town, but I love this area of town. And this is a great spot with William Hill with a great sports book inside of Arizona Charlie's right now. They got the menu's super deep, tons of ways to bet college basketball, same game parlays, in-game, same game parlays, quick picks. They've got a $5 million pick'em contest. You can win a share of $5 million in bonus bets if you go 50 for 50 in the tournament. How about that? Perfect bracket or perfect picks. That's a mobile contest. So you want to download the William Hill mobile app, but up to $5 million is available with a grand prize. And then, of course, when you come in right now and you sign up for the mobile app, you don't have to come in. We'd like you to come in. We'd like you to check out the place here on this Wednesday. They're going to match the first bet up to $250 in bonus bets. So come on by William Hill Sportsbook inside of Arizona Charlie's. And here's a cool thing this week. Like you said, it's a good week. We already knew the tournament is going down, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, the play-in, and then we got the full-bore tournament coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and on from there, we find out on Monday, Board of Governors vote for NBA franchise here in Vegas, at least the beginnings of moving in the direction like these will be the two cities, Vegas and Seattle. That went down on Monday, and then we had our big announcement yesterday on St. Paddy's Day, right? Quite fitting with the colors of the A's, that the A's are going to have their radio broadcast right here on LV Sports Network. So a lot of the games will be on ESPN Las Vegas. A lot of them will be on 12:30 The Game. Some of them will be on Fox Sports Las Vegas. So I know Ken Korak was on the show yesterday. We love Ken, longtime Vegas connections, going back to days when he called the games for the Runnin' Rebels. But I know for you, you're a big baseball fan, so to have Major League Baseball now on the station is freaking dynamite.
That's great. It's spectacular. It also, Cofield, it makes it feel even more real that this is happening, hopefully 2 years from now with the good progress they've had over at the old Tropicana site. But it's amazing news for us. Look, selfishly for us, it's incredible that we have Major League Baseball on our airwaves now. And you know what, for the listener who is listening to us right now, good for you. It's good for you, the listener, too, because this market is going to be a 4-sport market sooner rather than later. And the A's are coming, and it's good to be a part of it here.
Yeah, for me, it really hit home on Big League weekend because the A's are on the ground, and then, some, whatever it is, 15 miles away, not even the stadium is rising from the ground. And that was the final thing where, we were a little skeptical, like, hey, is this stadium going to get done? Are the A's going to put up the money? Who's putting up the money? The A's have come out of the gates, throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at the stadium, and we threw in upwards of $380 million, and you're seeing the stadium rise from the ground. So it's a reality, and we will have lots of A's talk throughout the season. We'll have A's insiders who will be joining us, and of course our baseball guy, the voice of baseball in Las Vegas, Matt Neverett, joins us every Friday. So baseball spring training doesn't always catch the most attention, although if you're a fantasy player, I was actually frustrated today. I was trying to set some keepers, and I'm like, I need an update on I don't even know the guy's first name. Del Castillo with the Diamondbacks. What's going on here? He's got a calf strain. Is he ready to go? So, but WBC is getting a lot of attention. And today, probably, and last night, probably for the wrong reason for the U.S. team. Didn't work out. Sorry, I'm laughing. I wasn't necessarily rooting for Team USA. I kind of get a kick out of the fact that Venezuela is this good at baseball, has been for a long time. And of all countries, I guess, the World Baseball Classic isn't going to involve an Iranian baseball team. But for all the countries to freaking face off against USA in the final, Venezuela, really?
Yeah, pretty ironic, right?
All right.
But I will say, Cofield, and first off, let's credit the Venezuelan team, which was spectacular this whole tournament. They beat Japan, which I think was the result that really caught everyone off guard. It's like, whoa, wait a second. Japan is this unstoppable force. Ohtani's the best player in baseball, and the Venezuelans beat him. Flat out beat him. Come from behind victory in that game. And then they handled the Italians, or the American C team or B team, whatever way you want to put it, with Team Italy. And then last night, look, that was a great high drama baseball game. It was a low scoring game. I thought Mark DeRosa continued his bumbling idiocy that he has done all tournament long. And look, it's weird to say for a U.S. team that got to the final and nearly won the darn thing, that this tournament was a complete abject failure for this team, because at no point did this quote-unquote dream team ever look like a team that was even remotely close to being the best team in the field. Like, just watching them in the preliminary games, like even against Brazil, they struggled until the game got out of hand late. The Great Britain, the British hung in the game for a while. The British don't play baseball, Cofield. And the Mexico team hung in there for a while, and obviously they lost to the Italians. I have no idea how the U.S. beat the DR in the semifinals. I have no idea how the Dominicans only scored a run. But look, an amazing tournament. Gets you amped for baseball. It took me a while to get into it. Really got into it once we got to the quarterfinal round. But good for the Venezuelans. I mean, just you saw after the game in the crowd, on the field, just the passion for the game and the meaning of how much this meant to the Venezuelan team.
Oh, my God. They have fun playing baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. What a concept. One of the things that has driven me nuts about Team USA, and I don't think it was this group, and I don't know why I can't remember. He went to your school. He went to Mizzou. Who was the Rangers infielder?
Oh, Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, Ian Kinsler, who was like wagging his finger a few World Baseball Classics back, where he's like, oh, we need to show the Puerto Ricans how to play the game the right way with class. No, you don't. You need to shut up. Seriously. We have an epidemic across sports with naysayers and lecturers telling everyone how not to have fun playing sports. Up yours.
I 100% agree. And
Ian Kinsler.
This U.S. team was, and again, they're really, like, the roster's really talented.
By the way, Ian Kinsler, years after he's on the team, getting straight. Sorry.
Ian Kinsler, by the way, was the manager of the Israeli team, too.
Oh, is that right?
Also, yeah.
Okay, so, maybe I'll love in my heart for Team Israel. By the way, I noticed, I was just looking through, because you mentioned Team Italy on the way. to the final here. I was looking at the roster there. It was pretty interesting. Some guys, the Royals slugger, Caglione, he's on the team. Dominic Canzone.
Yeah, Pasquantino was there too.
Yeah, Vinny Pasquantino. I didn't know Jacob Marcy, the prospect with the Marlins, was an Italian. Some of the pitchers.
Kofit, there was a lot of northern New Jersey on that team.
Yeah, Ron Marinaccio. Hey, over there.
There's a lot of northern New Jersey on Team Italy.
I was actually thrilled to find out recently with a DNA test, and it really applied yesterday, that I always knew I was very much Italian, even though I may not look it, or Cofield doesn't sound Italian. You get that point, right? Mom can be Italian. So it turns out I'm 49% Italian.
Okay.
And I like saying it that way. I thought I was a good bit Irish, but yesterday I really blew it up on St. Patrick's Day because I am 41% Irish.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
By the way, your
Cofield sounds English, only a little bit of English.
Your outfit was spectacular on social yesterday. I mean, it truly was.
I have a nice lid for St. Patty's Day and a lot of green shirts, so I was ready to go. But
it was pretty good.
Yeah, this WBC loss is very interesting. One, don't ever take it so lightly that you have a guy like DeRosa. He can go coach Italy next. They won't want him.
No one
he's not qualified to be the manager. And this is an important competition, in spite of what Derek Jeter says, which also irks me.
Well, we'll get into that a little bit later because
he's
it's
a serious deal. Take it seriously.
It's important to. It's less important. Well, you know what? It's a whole Judge thing, and also too, like, it's interesting because Judge said after the semifinal that this event was better than the World Series, and my first thought was, oh, wait a second, let's take the guy who's only been in one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are plenty of Yankee fans.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe
that's
that's part of why Jeter got mad. But we'll do that in a big four. You're right.
We'll hold that. We'll hold that for 4:00.
So, first four last night.
Yeah.
Were you annoyed that Howard and UMBC had to play each other to get into the tournament?
Yes.
You view them as two teams that absolutely should have been in the regular field.
I think one of them at most should have been in the game last night, at most. And one thing that annoys me with the NCAA seeding process, which, by the way, I actually thought they did a pretty reasonable job, the committee, this go-around. They got all the teams right that were supposed to be there. They got everyone right. I don't love that SMU's in the field, but they're a relatively nice-sized favorite tonight. But why do we, with the 16 seeds, why do we not have Team 65 play Team 68 and Team 66 play Team 67? Like, isn't that logical? Why do we have the two better teams in Dayton playing each other? And then these teams tonight who are both not good at all, like Prairie View is terrible, and Lehigh got very lucky that Navy got beat by BU in the Patriot League tournament. So, long way to answer it. Yes, I'm annoyed that they were both there. I thought UMBC, even though they lost last night, should have been a 15 seed. I thought Howard at worst should have been a 16. But then you're like, LIU got to move down. Siena, I thought, again, it's a little complicated. But boy, what a bizarro game. Those 16 seed games, Cofield always managed to deliver some chaos at the end, and Howard was lucky to hold on and win that game by 3 last night.
Bracket contest, we've got one. We'll give you the details on that in a second. Jeff, you need to get in that one. We want all the Cofield and Company hosts in that one to battle the listeners. But I'm hearing a familiar tune from you. Explain to the audience how you're viewing picking dogs.
Well, I am being very, very cautious in the round of 64 this go-around. Very, very cautious. Because I think last year, even though it was extreme, no 13 through 16s won. I only have one 13 through 16 winning, which go Pride, by the way. Go Hofstra. And I have 2 11 seeds winning. But that's it. That's all I have in a round of 64. But as this tournament progresses, I have a lot more upsets in my bracket pick than I normally do, because even though the top is unbelievably good, everyone after, I would say, Duke, and it's funny, I have Arizona going out in the Sweet 16 to a very trendy Arkansas at this point. But after you get past the top 2, 3, maybe even Florida on 4, everyone else is pretty similar. So I have a few 7 seeds making it into the Sweet 16. I have some 6s going a little further. So it's don't take your Don't force the upsets in the round of 64 this year. You can take them in the round of 32 to round of 16. Heck, you could even have a 4 or a 5 going to the Final Four this year, and I wouldn't hate that.
Are you ready to reveal the Final Four? Or you want to do that later?
Whatever you want me to do.
Let's do it later.
Okay.
Because we're going to have Dustin Swedelson in from VSiN, 12:30 VSiN the
Dustin
game.
can critique my picks like old time. It'll be good.
And then Dustin can break things down. Oh, is he a hard grader?
No, Dustin loves giving me the business. Let's just go with that. I know. I mean, who doesn't is the correct way to put that. So
all of our college basketball talk is presented by Jackson's Bar and Grill, honored for having a top value steak in Las Vegas. Jackson's Bar and Grill is your pregame and postgame headquarters for any sports action or after any sports action up on the Strip. 6020 West Flamingo. Jackson's 1 pound ribeye, just $22. Garlic marinated bistro filet, $22. Get a veggie and your choice of a side. $22. Great steaks. Jackson's Bar and Grill, 6020 West Flamingo. Chef Lonnie's in there hand cutting the steaks each and every morning, and they're going to be part of the crew that is helping us get out to the Final Four. I think we've got that about 98% done. We'll be on the ground in Indianapolis for some shows right before, it's Final Four week, right before the Final Four on Saturday and Sunday. Coming back, though, postseason action for UNLV. Didn't make the NCAA tournament, really didn't have the season they wanted to, but it was good enough to get into the NIT. And last night, I thought it was one of the more entertaining games we've seen all season involving the Rebels.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line, 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.
Big news, Las Vegas. Les Olson IT has moved to a bigger, better facility to serve you like never before. Our new space means more technology, more service, and more solutions, all designed with you in mind. Plus, we're hiring. If you're ready to grow with a company that values innovation and community, join our team today. Proudly serving Las Vegas for 23 years and counting. Les Olson IT, your business better.
Les Olson IT. Baseball is back at the world's largest sportsbook. Hey, this is Brandy Flores. Join us Thursday, March 26th at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas to see a million pixel screen while you feast on Coney Dogs by American Coney Island and complimentary apple pie. Plus special activations from the new hometown team, the A's. And oh yeah, moms drink free. Don't miss the first day of baseball at Circa Resort and Casino. Visit circalasvegas.com for more information.
Do you have sweet cravings? Zippy's has the answer with monthly specials at their bakery. This month only, Zippy's Bakery is featuring special items like the blueberry cream cheese coffee cake square, chocolate long john, and 8-inch Lilikoi chiffon cake makes a comeback with that sweet Lilikoi filling. Just order and pay online or through the Zippy's app. Zippy's, celebrating 60 years of serving Hawaii's comfort foods. Now, 4 locations: Arroyo Crossing, Hualapai Way, Southeastern and Henderson, and now at Summerlin.
Water bill higher than usual? Wonder where all that water is going? High water bills usually point to an underlying problem. That's why Silver State offers a free plumbing inspection to find the real cause. No pressure, no guesswork, just clear answers. Worried about your water bill? Call Silver State today. License number 76736.
If you're considering purchasing a new or used Honda or need to service your current vehicle, go to the Name Las Vegas Trust for exceptional sales, service, and parts. Finley. Whether you're up north, down south, or somewhere in between, you're always just 15 minutes away from a Finley Honda store. Each location has friendly and knowledgeable sales and service professionals, so give us a call or stop in anytime. Finley Honda in Centennial Hills and Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall. The difference is in the name.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925.
Hey, Las Vegas, are you tired of plumbing prices that break the bank? At 365 Plumbing, we're bringing fair pricing back. Family owned and operated, we treat your home like it's our own. For your everyday plumbing needs, we're here 365 days a year, rain or shine, day or night. Extend the life of your water heater right now. For a limited time, take advantage of our water heater flush special for only $26. Visit us at 365plummingnv.com. 365 Plumbing, because where the water flows, 365 Plumbing goes.
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a few fields at LendingStore.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. Lending Store is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Terribles Tuesday just got bigger! Whoa. Download the free Terribles Plus Rewards app today and enjoy a new expanded menu of 40 items to choose from every Tuesday for free! You heard that right! Absolutely free! So no matter which one of you walks in, you can guarantee that you'll walk out with exactly what you're craving. Delicious. Terribles Tuesday, exclusively on the Terribles Plus Rewards app. Your daily routine rewarded, deliberately different.
Power Shift by NV Energy is all about taking savings to the next level. Check it out. These products and services save energy and money. There are discounts and rebates on energy-efficient devices and free smart thermostats. Take savings to the next level at nvenergy.com/powershift. PowerShift by NV Energy. This is what we do.
This sports update is brought to you by the William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports Account, where you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first wager. Sign up today and you'll never miss another bet. Go to williamhill.us for more info.
UNLV rookie Marco Maximovic has been named the Mountain West Men's Tennis Freshman of the Week for the fourth time. The 4 freshman nods from the league is a program record for one season.
Bounces it to Jester. The handoff to Saran. 10 to play. Over to Dixon. 3-pointer to tie. Blocked. Jones on the rebound underneath. Ball tipped out of bounds. A foul on the play. 6.6 seconds to go.
It's Cofield and Company.
Tonight, Matt Neverett on the call, Learfield. One of the more entertaining games the Rebels played in all year long, and pretty high-level offense by both teams in the second half. I guess you could get on them for not being great defensively, but, man, down the stretch, the Rebels had to respond. I mean, Irvine really raced back into the game in the second half. They were down 18 early. Rebels got out to one of those rare, awesome starts, and then little by little, Irvine whittled away. I really liked a lot of the UC Irvine players. I thought that Saran kid was really good.
It's a good team, Cofield. It's a good team.
Man, they're big. Kyle Evans. I texted someone today who does some of the broadcasts with Colorado State, and I was like, wait, he was at CSU. I'm like, why didn't he play? He kind of exploded this year and was one of the nation's leading shot blockers. He averaged like 3 a game, but I mean, he finished near the rim. That was the thing too. There were a lot of blocks in the game, but I think both teams got it that like there was no going to the rim soft, because if you did, you were going to get swatted. Kamani Hamilton had one taken away, but he finished the other. He had 2 dunks in the second half where, you remember after the Utah State game in the quarters of the Mountain West Conference, one of Josh Pastner's biggest issues with the way they played in that game, they had 19 turnovers. He said afterwards, he's like, not jumping off at 2 feet is a disaster. Jumping up and not knowing where you're going on 1 foot is going to lead to something bad. Kamani Hamilton would plant himself in the lane and then just like right hand, cock it back, and boom, throwing him down. Obviously, Tyron Jones had a really good game. And then the offense clicked pretty good. And keep in mind, Irvine is a top 26. I think they're number 26 in the country. KenPom defensive efficiency. That was a good win. And your biggest concern was what? Motivation, right?
I was, first off, I was shocked that the game stayed under with ease, because I was thinking going in, this is going to be run, even though UC Irvine doesn't want to run. I thought the Rebels are just going to be like, we're going as fast as we can tonight, and we're going to get as many shots up as we humanly possibly can. But that's not really what happened last night. They played it closer to Irvine's pace, and they still won the game. And I was concerned. I'm always concerned in these in this era, especially where a lot of players are trying to get out of their spots as quickly as humanly possible, of what the effort's going to be. And UNLV's effort was awesome last night, and it started with their best players. Where if your best players are going to be like, you know what, we want to win these games, we're going to be fully invested, you're going to have efforts like that. So great win for UNLV. They now go to Tulsa, where it's so weird in this NIT now because none of the power conference teams basically, like I know Auburn really screwed around last night and found a way to beat South Alabama. It was very close to actually having a USA team actually win a game last night, Cofield, unlike the baseball team. Oklahoma State got out of the big hole and beat Davidson last night. But this tournament's wide open now because Auburn's not the big boys that are in this tournament are really not any good. Look, you win this game tonight. You win over the weekend in Tulsa. Look, you can dream about a trip to Indianapolis if you're a Rebel fan, and winning the NIT again, getting out in front of this Cofield. But you make a run to the Final Four of the NIT, that changes the vibes, and you know what? Maybe that gives you a better chance of keeping your guys around. Maybe.
Wait, what are the dates on the NIT? I don't want to jump ahead because this game at Tulsa will be really tough. What are the dates on the NIT Final Four?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same weekend as the actual Final Four.
Oh lordy!
Because obviously the whole NIT is now it's split between Hinkle and Cambridge, and of course the actual Final Four is at Lucas Oil, all in Indianapolis. You might get a trip to the Final Four, Cofield.
I might get a week, depending on when the dates are.
Get your shrimp cocktail ready, my friend.
If I'm on the UNLV broadcast. But yeah, the game this weekend may be on Sunday. And go figure, right? UNLV maybe one of the more attractive schools for ESPN to broadcast. So that's why they may push it to Sunday to a more of an ISO spot. I mean, based on the way they played last night, they are entertaining. And we know here on the ground, I mean, obviously I follow the team and I'm one of the broadcasters. We know how entertaining and up and down they are and frustrating at times, but also exhilarating they can be. But to your point, I think one of the guys, if people were on the fence, and I don't know if the kid is on the fence or his parents are on the fence, I don't know where Passner is right now. I thought Isaac Williamson, and he showed it during the year, but he shows such signs of being one of these guys at the Mountain West level who can be a really good hybrid backup point guard, scoring little guard. He just has a gift. He hit some monster shots to get him out to the lead, and then a couple of points to like slam on the brakes a little bit on momentum. I thought he had some amazing three balls in the game.
Played very well. Again, I was floored at the effort last night because you have no clue what you're getting in those type of circumstances.
The NIT, the handicapping the NIT is who wants to be there, who doesn't. Because they're and you know what? I'll give credit. I know people rip on certain schools like San Diego State didn't go to the NIT. I think Dutcher read it and he's like, my guys are not going to care, and we're a little beat up. And for them, like UNLV season was up and down where the expectations of making the tournament were a long shot going into the Mountain West Conference tournament. San Diego State was by far the number one selection coming into the season to win the Mountain West. For them not to make the tournament is awful. And at the end of the year, they were like, wait, we didn't make it as an at-large. Like, you're not going to be able to rally the troops to get them to play hard. So if you don't want to go and your players don't want to be there, don't go.
I don't have an issue with pulling out. Like, I'd rather do what San Diego State did instead of just not showing up, even though you're there. Like, again, I give Passner a ton of credit. Like, I had no idea. And especially, it's weird. I'd almost argue that it's better to be on the road in that circumstance than at home, because you get on the plane and you have to do the whole game mode thing, as opposed to, we're playing a game, we're at home, we're in our own beds. Like, you can much easier sleepwalk in an NIT game at home than it is on the road.
Jeff, let's address the other elephant in the room. Was anyone going to show up at Thomas and Mack for a UC Irvine NIT game?
No,
probably not.
I might have, but
now a couple of years ago when they were in, they played Boston College in the second game, and they actually got a pretty decent crowd for that one. There was a Kevin Kruger team. But I think It sounds crazy. I actually think they're better off on the road, and this team was good in lots of spots on the road. It is a team that bonds together with a common enemy. Like they kind of like the hate. They are driven in spots like that. Some of the most voracious, loud, nasty spots in the Mountain West Conference and non-con. They went to Memphis. The Stanford crowd wasn't big, but they were on the road. They responded.
Well, obviously they won at Utah State. They should have won at Viejas. Look, it'll be interesting to see because this is the Mountain West Invitational, this tournament where UNLV's the only one left. Wyoming got beat in the tight game at Wichita yesterday. You got Colorado State and New Mexico could very easily play each other in the quarterfinals in Albuquerque. And the Wolfpack, look, I think the Wolfpack might actually end up making the final. So we'll see. We'll see Cofield. But, again, much better effort than I could have ever dreamed from the Rebels last night. And credit to Pastner and credit to the players for showing up and winning that game on the road.
Sorry, I was fumbling around in my wallet. I was looking for my Arizona Charlie's players card so I can take advantage of the specials. Here's what they got going on here. We're at Arizona Charlie's here on this Wednesday. $2.50 on the draft beers. Dollar shots. $4 for bottled beer, and then obviously a great selection of beers and liquors. And Arizona Charlie's a place that offers you true Vegas value, dining value. You can get a smash burger and fries for just $6 at the PT's Express. Pizza over at the River Rock Pizza for just $7. Pasta as well there. It's all day, every day with the value here at Arizona Charlie's.
Lanier in transition hits the three, and a sign of life from Knoxville. Playing, driving right. Lob for Brazil and a two-hand slam.
6 on the clock. Now with 5. He drives on Maddox. Right elbow and 3. Spins to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Listen to the games on the Las Vegas Sports Network.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Vegas Golden Knights are rolling through another epic season. And there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy
I'm sure you're not going to say it. I will. I kind of hope baseball, and it'll suck for us because that'll be our first. That would probably be our first season with baseball right here on the ground in 2028. I think that's it would actually be next year.
Next year.
Yeah. So next year, I hope the baseball fight. I actually do hope the baseball fight drags into the season, and it'll suck ruining part of a season. But I think what the owners want is outrageous, and I don't think the players should back down. I think the owners are lying. I don't think the game is. It is far from broken. And the biggest problem in the league, you know what the league needs to do is lock out not the players, the owners of the Rockies, the owners of the Pirates, the teams at the bottom that don't try.
Well, if there is a poster child for what is wrong with everything in the sport of baseball, it's Bob Nutting, who is the owner of the Pirates, who has the most. Let's be real with ourselves. Paul Skeens is the most marketable player in Major League Baseball at this point. He's more marketable than Aaron Judge. He is. He's more marketable than Aaron Judge at this point. And I don't want to hear, he plays in Pittsburgh. I don't do that. I don't care. I don't care. The fact that he's dating Livy Dunn, the fact that he is the best pitcher in baseball, the fact that he is a very recognizable person already. Also, by the way, since I know this may make some people's eyes roll, but the connection at the fact that he was at the Air Force Academy as well. Yep. At one point, I think is also a good thing as well that you can play into if you're baseball.
Why wasn't he signed to after year one to a 5-year deal for $23 million a year? I don't know that he would have taken it. But,
I don't think he should have personally.
But whatever the number is, that's a discount when you sign a guy early like the A's are doing. They did not even try. Giveaway time 364-1100. We got big time boxing in town on the 28th. It's Fundora and Thurman, MGM Grand Garden Arena. AXS.com is where you get the tickets. If you don't win them from Danny, we got a pair right now. Big time boxing, Fundora and Thurman, MGM Grand Garden Arena on the 28th. Caller 7, 364-1100.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Cameron Young here on The Rich Eisen Show. Yeah. What's your favorite hole-in-one story?
The first one I remember seeing was actually my father. It was at Sleepy Hollow on the third hole. I had never seen anything like that before. I'd never witnessed one. I'd never made one. And I just remember him made it. He was very casual, went in, and he told me, I think later the day, he'd made maybe 11 or 12. So he kind of just moved on and, unceremoniously.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 10 here on ESPN Las Vegas.
Traffic is brought to you by Port Subs. Stop in today or order at portasubs.com or on the app.
Accident being reported Sahara Avenue, that's showing eastbound after the 15. Also Sunset Road westbound at Gillespie. And showing a stalled vehicle, I-11 southbound at Sunset.
Traffic is brought to you by Port Subs. Stop in today or order at portasubs.com or on the app.
Level up any sub with Pepperoncini Pepper Jack. Back for a short time only. Order today at portasubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
William Hill Sportsbook is your home court advantage for March Mania. Bet every round, every upset, every minute with the William Hill mobile app. Build your starting lineup with a same-game parlay for a shot at a big payout. Or beat the buzzer with an early cash out to secure your winnings. Download the William Hill mobile app today and place wagers 24/7. For more information and to find your nearest location, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700.
This is John Barr, General Manager at Finley Toyota. Been thinking about getting a new truck? Now's the time. We got huge incentives on the powerful Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. These trucks are built to handle anything you throw at them. With these deals, they're more affordable than ever. But these offers won't last. Come see us at Finley Toyota before they're gone. We'll make sure you drive off in the truck you've always wanted at the price you deserve. Finley Toyota, Nevada's #1 selling dealership at the Valley Auto Mall in Henderson.
One moment can turn life upside down. Your comeback starts with the right team by your side. At DeCastro Verde Law, we've spent decades helping injured Nevadans take back their lives.
BrothersWin.com.
Oh my God, what did you do? Curtis, wake up, come on, Curtis, please wake up, please, come on.
When it comes to an overdose, naloxone can mean the difference between life and death, and calling 911 gets them the help they need. Give CPR, administer naloxone, and call 911. It can save a life.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcaster Association and this station.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot make your email response time faster. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you find space for your 3 desk drinks. Why do you have 3? And while we can't help you find the perfect volume for your presentation video, LinkedIn can help you find the perfect audience for your business. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it.
For the Truck is your premier truck shop. Our suspension experts will take your ride to the next level.
Steps, wheels, bumpers, suspensions, tires, covers, accessories, liners, lifts installed. For the Truck has it all.
Specializing in precision suspension tuning for sports cars, SUVs, and of course, trucks. From high-end alignments to full suspension upgrades, we have everything you need.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it. On 702-840-4400.
The Vegas Golden Knights are rolling through another epic season. And there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Knights on the ice. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not seltzer, it's Surfside, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Sold in arena and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a few fields at LendingStore.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. Lending Store is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
William Hill Sportsbook is your home court for March Mania. Bet every round, every upset, every minute with William Hill. Build your lineup with a same-day parlay for a shot at a big payout. Join Cofield and Company, ESPN Las Vegas during a live broadcast at William Hill Sportsbook inside Arizona Charlie's Decatur on Wednesday, March 18th from 3 to 6. For more information, visit williamhill.us. Get in on all the betting action only at your favorite local casino.
Arizona Charlie's Casino.
This sports update is brought to you by Dollar Loan Center. Get up to $5,000 in minutes at Dollar Loan Center. Free to apply, and new customers enjoy 1 week of free interest on their first loan. Visit don'tbebroke.com.
UNLV rookie Marco Maximovic has been named the Mountain West Men's Tennis Freshman of the Week for the 4th time. The 4 freshman nods from the league is a program record for one season.
Mr. LA, Mr. Vegas, Arash Markazi joins Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, let's bring in Arash with Jeff Parles and Cofield. Arash, what's up?
Not much. Good to be back.
Are you jet lagged? I want to get into the Italy conversation in a couple of minutes. You get here, and then there's big news all over the place regarding basketball. And first of all, the WNBA and the deal that was forged. What do you think?
Fantastic. Listen, I always knew that they would get a deal done. I think that the players certainly wanted a more fair CBA, but there was no scenario in which I thought that they were going to, have a lockout or a strike or not have a season. That would have been a disaster. So glad that not only are we going to have the WNBA back, but you look at these contract numbers and you look at some of the shared revenue. I mean, that is at least it's getting closer to what you want to see from a big time professional sports league.
Do you think they'll, and I haven't seen it, maybe there's already been a couple, do you think there'll be some players who are like, hey, we didn't cut a great deal? Average salary is now $600,000, up from $120,000. The Supermax is $1.4 million, up from like $250,000. There may be a few players who are like, hey, the numbers don't equate for me. I don't care that it's up 5 times. I think we deserve more.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're looking at the biggest stars, like, listen, obviously Caitlin Clark is worth more than 1.4. That's where those players are going to obviously make a lot of their money off the court. And, you know, not the same conversation, but if you look at like Shohei Ohtani, for example, you know, the amount of money he can make off the field, yes, but he makes a ton on the field as well. So when you look at, you know, again, that's really only a handful of players like Keisha Wilson, Sabrina, Caitlin Clark. You can expand that. I mean, I think there's probably 10 players that you could say obviously they deserve far more than that supermax, but then that's where you're hoping that, whether it's Nike, whether it's a car company, whether it's whatever, that they come in and fill that gap.
Arash, where are the Sparks now in their rebuild? The league needs that to be a glamour franchise. Obviously, Vegas has taken over the league with multiple championships. Where are the Sparks?
Yeah, so, you know, they've broken ground on a really big $150 million practice facility that's right by the Lakers facility. Mark Walter, obviously the owner of the Dodgers, and now the Lakers, he also owns the Sparks. So, yes, there's a salary cap, but, you know, basically, as you guys know, every player is available. Now, obviously, you know, the big-time players are going to stay on their supermax, but I would certainly look for the Sparks to be a player in this. When you look at from a practice facility standpoint, getting a $150 million practice facility right by the beach here in Los Angeles, you know, the improvements that they've done, the crypto, like I would expect the Sparks at some point, whether it's this season or next, to be one of those premier franchises again. They just missed the playoffs a year ago. I think they are a playoff team this season.
Arash, let's go to the news that popped on Monday that the expansion talk in the Board of Governors meeting with the NBA is going to happen. Obviously, we've been talking about this for years and years, but it looks like it's finally time to be on deck for Las Vegas and the return of the Seattle Supersonics as well.
Yeah, I mean, this was always sort of like that next big shoe to drop that I think we all were waiting and thought it would happen a lot sooner. Whenever there was like a press conference with the commissioner at the Summer League, we thought we would get this. Well, finally, we've gotten it, where this month, next week or whatever, they're going to, you know, kind of formally announce that we are going to engage with Las Vegas and Seattle. And what happens at that point? Well, then at that point, you can officially have substantial conversations with potential people who want to own a franchise there. So, you know, you go back to when Bill Foley got his team. I mean, it's a very similar process where, you know, who's going to own the team? Where's the arena going to go? Where is this team going to play? But now we have a timeline in place. And that's the biggest thing that we did not happen. We knew at some point Seattle would get the Supersonics. By the way, our guy, Willie Ramirez, did a great column because, you know, what would the Vegas team be called? He thinks the Sharks. And I really do love that name because I think that plays on at least some basketball history here in Las Vegas. So it's a beautiful thing. We have a timeline, and I do think by the 2028-29 season we'll have the NBA here. I would expect them to be playing at the beginning at T-Mobile, but it does seem like a lot of the conversation is towards the NBA team having their own arena. So we'll see where that is. But huge news for Las Vegas.
Arash, obviously you brought up in there the people that could potentially be the owners of this team, going to have to at least get their ducks in order. Who do you think is the leader in the clubhouse right now?
Yeah, you know, because you can always hear like the big names. You know, when I say big names, you know, the celebrities, right? Like a Magic Johnson or a LeBron James or a Shaq or whatever. When you look at the price tag for this franchise, that is just going to be one name. This is a conglomerate. This is sort of like a group of people coming together. And I'm not saying that they're going to go for $10 billion, but that's sort of like the high water mark for these franchises now. When you look at what the sale went for the Lakers and the Celtics, you're looking in that, you know, if it's not 10, it's 9 or 8 or something like that. This is not a single individual, but you'll hear like the Magic Johnson group, the LeBron James group. Well, the LeBron James group would be the Fenway group, right? So it's really a who's who. And in Seattle, it's a unique situation where not only are they going to be bidding on the Supersonics, but the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champions, they're for sale as well. So, you know, if you want to kind of like make the inroads of being like a big time player in Seattle. I mean, both of those teams are for sale too.
Arash, just one other thing on the potential expansion. Are you surprised that the league is not even possibly thinking about beating the NFL to the punch in Europe with an expansion team, or do you think that new league that Silver and company are creating is more than enough to just suffice and keep it separate?
So as someone who just flew back from Europe, I just don't know how that Europe thing works if you're talking about having an expansion franchise. I do love having these yearly games there, and every team maybe playing one game in Europe or something like that. Again, something that gets confused. I don't know what show I heard it on. The NBA exploring Europe, they're exploring a European league. Mm-hmm. They are not exploring the NBA having a 33rd and 34th franchise in like London and Paris. So like that's different. But Europe's important. But I don't know how you would expand a league that is in North America to like include Europe on a regular basis. I just don't think, and I know these guys travel first class and everything, but it takes a toll for sure.
Arash Markazi, Sporting Tribune, is with us at Sporting Trib up on Twitter. All right, so tell us about Italy. First of all, you were there for the Paralympics. What was the overall experience like? And you've covered these before, right?
No, this is my first Paralympics. I heard what an amazing event it is, and it really was, and certainly it's going to be on my list of things to do moving forward. It'll be a lot easy to do in terms of these next few years moving forward. We got Los Angeles 28, we got Salt Lake City in 34, but what an amazing event. And then, I would have had fun regardless, but then when you have an event like USA Canada in para hockey that was, viewed by over 1 million people and really talked about in the U.S. So, I mean, the fact that I wasn't just covering sports that people had not heard of, I mean, that event, and again, that team is absolutely amazing, winning 5 straight gold medals. But, yeah, I mean, the Paralympics, this is their 50th year. It's in the same location as the Olympics. So not immediately, they give it a couple of weeks, but it's in a lot of the same venues. So the hockey was happening in the same hockey arena that the men and women, the Olympic Games. So the Paralympics is an amazing movement, has such a great time talking to the players and the athletes there. But yeah, got back from Milan late last night, but good to be back home.
Arash, I'm not that familiar with the para ice hockey. What are the players actually, what are they sliding around on?
Yeah, so they got like, how do you call it? It's sort of like a seat, a bucket. They call it a bucket with you can slide on it. The big difference, I mean, there's a lot of things, but they're sticks. They have 2 smaller sticks. They use the stick to move and skate because they got to pick on them. So in both of their smaller sticks, they move around like that, and then they can shoot with 2 sticks as well. So, it's not just like you have to worry about a player shooting from his right. They can shoot from their right or their left. And again, a lot of the guys are wearing prosthetics when it's not the event. So, post-game press conferences are unique where a lot of us are usually seated and they're coming in right off the ice. But then when you see them back at the hotel, they're wearing a prosthetic leg, and just an amazing story. I mean, a lot of these guys, served for our country. So, they were playing hockey before, and then something happened along the way, and they were introduced to para. Again, it was called para hockey at the Paralympics. Lead hockey is also a term that they use, but it was an amazing event to cover.
Cofield and Company here, ESPN Las Vegas on the road. William Hill Sportsbook at Arizona Charlie's Decatur. I saw you guys talking up on Threads, about access, that the access for this is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, because Olympics are one of those sports that, listen, you have people from around the country, and whether it's a press conference or a scrum, there was a lot of games. And again, I want them to have more coverage, but I was at every USA para hockey game, And I would say a couple of them, I was the only reporter there, so I got a chance to really get to know these players prior to the gold medal game. And now by the time you get to the gold medal game, it got more press coverage. But even then, it wasn't anything crazy. So it was amazing. And then afterwards, I got invited to their post-game party. So that was a lot of fun to really get to know these guys on a personal basis like that.
Wow.
And again, the run that they've had was just incredible. When you talk about a team winning the gold at the Olympics going back to 2010 in Vancouver, it's an incredible run.
I saw that your wife was there, and I got to tell you, the quick video of her in the crowd shaking the flag.
Yeah.
WBC wouldn't have gotten me, but watching her shake the flag, it got me a little bit.
Well, you know the great thing about that as well, because like my wife is so great to be so supportive of my career, but it was like one of those things where she can't always go to the event, but it was about $25 to $30 if you do the conversion for a ticket. So she was always able to afford a ticket, and it was a good ticket. You know, that hockey arena that they built in Milan is not big, so it doesn't matter really where you sit. It was a good seat. So yeah, listen, she went to all the games as well. Again,
cool.
Because there was not a ton of media, the press conferences or press availability was fairly quick. So it was an amazing event. And again, it was really cool that she got to experience that too.
Arash Markazi, Sporting Tribune. Arash, I got 30 seconds left. I saw you wrote a story about CM Punk and his run back to be the WWE champion.
Well, yeah, listen, we got WrestleMania in Las Vegas. CM Punk will be in one of the main events again, 2-night WrestleMania. So caught up with CM Punk. It'll be part of our regular coverage of the WWE going into Allegiant Stadium, and not only just Allegiant, T-Mobile Arena, SmackDown, Raw. So looking forward to that. So, yeah, getting ready for WrestleMania season in Las Vegas.
Arash, you are awesome. Glad you're safe. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
I don't know what I was alleging there, but glad you're safe. Travel can be dangerous. I don't think Milan is, but, you know, you never know.
Some may claim it even if it's totally safe.
That's a good point, actually. That happens a lot. That would have been a cool event to go cover.
Absolutely.
You're a world traveler.
Italy's an amazing country. Milan's not one of my favorite cities.
Look at you. Very picky. You're picky about which Italian city you hang out in. Where have you been?
Rome is better. Florence is better.
All right, 4 o'clock hours coming up. Back into the NIT.
It's March. You know what that means. College Hoops. It takes center stage, and we'll have all your action right here on the Las Vegas Sports Network.
Brought to you by Finley Toyota. We're here for you.
Character thing they really have.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island is